Good afternoon, guys. Thank you all for being here today with us at the North Florida wedding, the virtual expo. I am super excited about this. I'm also super nervous just speaking in the camera right now. I'm so used to talking to people all the time. This is just like the first experience for me. Just speaking on camera is a little, anyway, I'll get through it. Just give me a second and just bear with me if I stumble on some of my words or whatever, but just bear with me. We're going to get through this together. Anyway, I just wanted to first say thank you, Melissa, for putting this together for us. We've just been through a lot dealing with this COVID-19 situation right now. I just pray that everything gets better and everyone starts to feel better so that, our lives can return to somewhat normal. But in the meantime, hey, I'm okay with this here. I'll settle for this virtual stuff any day. I've been doing a ton of virtual meetings, a ton of virtual, networking, and so it's getting better for me, and I'm getting more comfortable, even though this is like hey, new and everything, just doing a wedding expo on camera. Of course, we're going to kind of be stationary. I wanted to do something for you guys that you can see some things. I'm going to be moving around a lot. I'll be presenting some things to you guys and just kind of showing you who we are, what we do, and some of the things that we offer. First, I would just like to get in my contact information, a little bit about myself, so that if you have to leave and get off of this this channel, that's understandable. I know this weekend we have a lot going on, there's things to do, but my name is Tiffany. I am the owner and the lead designer of Events by Tiffany J. I started Events by Tiffany J in 2012 as just kind of like a hobby. I got laid off from my job. We just had moved here to Jacksonville in 2007. We moved here in 2007, and I had a job for 3 years, and we were laid off from my job. So decorating and design has always been a passion of mine since I was a little girl, born and raised in Key West, Florida. Yes, Key West, Florida. Woo-woo! Born and raised in Key West, Florida. And I always used to plan parties for myself since I was about 5. Little girl, every year would invite the whole neighborhood, the school, you name it. They showed up at the house. My mom used to be pissed with me, I'm sure, but hey, I always was a little party planner. I think I had a party every year that I remember from the time I was 5 until the time I was around 12. And then that was it. But I always had a birthday party. Always loved to celebrate, always liked to decorate. And what better can we do merging the two words together? There you have it. Anyway, after graduating from high school, I moved to Miami, Florida with my mom. She had a job offer that made us relocate, and I lived there for the next 18 years of my life. And so, yeah, that's pretty much that. I really started following up on the design aspect. I went to school there. I went to Miami-Dade Community College for interior design, and I just decided I really wasn't passionate about it. So I was just like, I need to find another outlet, something else to do that I can use all of my creativity, and it doesn't have to be so repetitious, and also be fun. I didn't have much fun doing interior design. So I was like, left that alone and just kind of started a career path. And that's just where it went, left Miami, came here to North Florida, was working as an engineer for AT&T, an engineering assistant rather for AT&T. And like I said, we got laid off from our job, and I just figured, hey, what am I going to do? We got to do something, right? And I just got back into this business. A friend of mine referred me to someone for some invitations to do, because I had did some invitations for my husband's 30th at the time, 30th birthday party, and she liked them. And she was like, hey, I got a friend, her daughter's turning 16, and she would like to get you to do some invitations for her. And I was like, sure, why not? At that time, I was like, you know what, Tiffany, let's just go ahead. Let's go all out for this client. This could be the first of many. Let's just do something different. Let's set up some food. Let's set up some drinks. I set up a whole portfolio for this lady who was just coming here for invitations. And we went from invitations to booking us for her daughter's Sweet 16. That same client, I ended up doing her wedding vow renewal later. That same client referred me to another client, and then that client referred me to another client, and so on. And that's kind of how Events by Tiffany J truly was born. It just kind of took off. like wildfire. I mean, like I said, it was just a hobby at first, and it was just a passion of mine, but I didn't expect it to be where it is today. We're getting ready to open up our showroom in the Orange Park Mall. Woo-woo, again, I'm excited about it. We just had got our keys in March, right before all this happened. We got the keys, and 2 weeks later, they were like, hey, the mall is closing due to COVID-19, and until further notice. So yes, very nerve-wracking experience. Just didn't know what's going to happen or what I was going to do as a new business moving into a brick and mortar business. And, you know, I've been a home-based business for the last 7-8 years. So it's just like, wow, while I'm stepping out here and get ready to do this. And now we were hit with this. So now things are just starting to try to ease back into, you know, a normal thing. The mall is back open again, so we're back in there doing renovations, and hopefully we'll be opening on June 1st. That's the deadline. That's the go day. So June 1st. So you guys got that announcement first. So hopefully I get to meet all of you in person. If you have any questions, if you need to know anything else, if you want some consultation, we are doing those things. My number where you can reach me is 904-365-1153. I also can be reached at 904-476-4237. That's the office number. The first number is the preference, but the office number as well. We're going to be, like I said, at Orange Park Mall. The address is 1910 Wells Road. We're in Suite H06, which is right next door to Old Navy. If you come into the Old Navy side of the mall, boom, we're right there on the corner. We'll be on your right-hand side. So I'm looking forward to, again, meeting you guys there. Our website is eventsbytiffanyj.com. If you haven't already had a chance to visit, I suggest you do so. Take a look at some of the things. I'm going to be redoing the website as well, but in the meantime, it does give you a kind of a background as to who we are, the type of business that we are, some of the products we do have, some of the things we offer, even though we're going to be revamping some of those things, but for the most part, it is what it is, very transparent. We are on Facebook as well, Events by Tiffany J. And we're also on Instagram, Events by Tiffany J _. So you can find us any of those places. And like I said, if you're here right now, you know, that's our information. You can reach me through the virtual networking site as well. But I look forward to definitely meeting some of you in person. I look forward to answering your questions. We do free consultations. We're still doing consultations right now. We can do that via Zoom. We can do that via telephone conversation. We also can do that Skype. I'm a little old school, believe it or not. Skype still works. Or if you want to come in, I will be letting people come in 2 at a time, just for safety precautions, only 2 people. And I would just ask that you guys do have some kind of protective face gear on. And that's just, you know, what it is right now. We just all have to be safe. We all have to be smart and go from there. Okay, now that we got the introductions kind of out of the way, I just wanted to kind of show you a couple things. I know, like I said, we're kind of stationary and it's hard for you to see the table, but just get a general idea of some of the things that I do and my team will do and some of the vendors that we do work with. We have here for you right now, it's just a standard backdrop, and I'm going to kind of move out the way a little bit, so I'll just disappear and come right back into the camera. I'm just going to be talking to you guys and kind of so you can kind of get a look at some things. But here, it's kind of a backdrop that we do. We do a lot of draping. We do backdrops. We do ceiling draping as well. And our tablescape that we did today, I just kind of wanted to stay within the color palette of my logo and my design. I'm a purple girl. I love butterflies, and you'll see that my logo is a butterfly. And but what you see here is just kind of some of the things that we have. We're going into rentals now that we're in a retail location. So for all the DIY brides, you will be able to come into the showroom and we will help you. We will let you play with things. We will put tablescapes together with you. The items that you select, we're going to teach you. That's something that we're going to be going into later. We're going to be doing classes there for you guys and offering different, you know, groups, and it's going to be really fun. You know, I'm looking forward to really making these relationships and doing these things, you know, for this wedding industry. And because we're getting into those times where a lot of people like to do things themselves. A lot of things are changing right now, so we just got to just start thinking outside of the box and just trying to offer you guys something different. We of course still love to, I mean, it's my passion. I'm a planner, I'm a designer, but I love to get dirty. You know, believe it or not, I'm a little tomboyish. I like to be there in the midst of it. I am super hands-on. So you find me a lot of times running around. You find me a lot of times setting up things, breaking down things. I just like to do that. You know, we do have people that do it, but that's just, I'm passionate about those things. I super enjoy it. So I will always be super hands-on with whatever we have going on. Some of the products that you will see in our showroom, we have a lot of crystal pieces, which you see here. This is one of the crystal center pieces here. We have a lot of them in different shapes, different sizes, different heights, depending on your style and what type of bride you are and what type of venue you're going to choose. Those are some of the things that we can help you with and recommend, and just do those kind of things in your consultation. Some of the other things that we have are like our chargers. We have a lot of different type of chargers. This is like a sunburst one. Comes in a lot of different colors that you'll be able to rent if you want to rent them. And like I said, you don't have to if you're not the DIY type. We will come in, have your consultation, sit down and talk about what it is that you want for your wedding, what's most important for you. We'll talk about logistics. We'll talk about venue. We talk about a whole bunch of things in a consultation. Our consultations are usually 45 minutes. I try to make them, you know, around that time so we could get in a lot of information and kind of feel each other out and see if we're a good fit for each other. We do a lot of our decor planning in-house, of course, but we do work with a lot of the reputable vendors. So when you come to us, we're kind of that one-stop shop. If you need catering, if you need venue, if you need florals, you need photographer, DJ, etc., those are the things that we definitely can help you guys with, and we look forward to working with you in that planning process. We start from the beginning all the way to the end, to the breakdown of the wedding. If you're just looking for someone that's maybe month of, if you're just looking for someone that can help coordinate for the day of coordination, we do that as well. It's very important, and I recommend it to all of the brides. Definitely have someone there for day of coordination. It's nothing worse than just having to do all these things yourself. It's tough. It's really hard, and you just got to, the day is supposed to be for you guys. You're supposed to be getting pampered. You're supposed to be enjoying yourself, and it's tough to just be your own day of coordinator. You know, just if that's all you do that. And we're also going to be doing something with that as well. I'm not going to get into that right at this time because I'm just kind of, I'm kind of just trying to iron out some of the little kinks in that, but it's going to be dealing with day of coordination, something that we're trying to put together. But anyway, you know, back to some of this stuff. Like I said, we offer it basically everything. When you come to us, and like when you come to the showroom, you see everything that we have there is our own inventory. Everything we have there will be available for you to rent if you want to rent it. If not, you know, of course, we'll just make selection. It'll be a selection process. We'll just walk through everything, and you just, hey, we'll go through this. This is what I want. This is the style of wedding I have. It's going to be traditional. It's going to be modern. It's going to be vintage. It's going to be rustic. Whatever the case may be, we'll get into those items, and we'll just look at those things and just go from there. Some of the things that I would like to say, one thing I would like to say when you come to your consultation, have ideas. Just at least have something. I would like to say, I'm going to pick your brain to the fullest. I mean, I will get in there. I'm good at that, you know, of reaching in and being able to build a rapport with you and just get everything out of you that I need to get out of you so that you can have a beautiful experience and that you can have a beautiful wedding day. At the end of the day, that is the goal, is to have a beautiful wedding day. And that's just what we're here for. We're here to take off those pressures. We're here to ease your mind, and we're here to make the experience fun and pleasant. Working with your vendors, what we love to do is just really get on board from the beginning if we can. That's not always the case, but if we can, we like to get on board with you. That way we can assist you with reputable vendors. These are vendors that we would recommend. These are vendors that we work with. They're experienced. They're usually licensed, insured, so that they're, you know, you don't have any issues with your wedding and planning your wedding. So we like to talk about that thing during consultations. It's like, hey, Bring, if it's Pinterest, magazines, whatever. If you're not sure what it is that you want, some brides, oh, they know. They know exactly what they want. They have a vision, and that's great. If you don't, you just say, I just want something pretty. Okay, well, you're pretty and my pretty are two totally different things. You know, your simple and my simple is two different things. Simple for me is maybe a little bit over the top. I don't think I'm a simple person, but we can make simple very beautiful. So that's what I'm saying. We just have to be clear on what it is that we want, be clear on what it is that, you know, the direction that you want to go in, so that at the end of the day, it's all good. I want to just say this also, the word budget. A lot of people fear the word budget, but just to make you just relax a little bit about that, budget is your money. Let's just start there. It's your money. It's what you want to spend. It's what you're allocating for your wedding. It's not my price. You know, if you say, hey, Tiffany, my budget is $5,000. Okay. First thing I'm going to say, well, what is that budget for? Is that for your entire wedding? Which I hope not. Or if it is, okay, great. We can see what we can do for smaller weddings, of course. But realistic budgets, you know, that's a big deal. A lot of people are afraid of the word budget, but at the end of the day, honestly, we all know what we want to spend, or we have at least a general number in the back of our mind as to what we're going to be spending for this wedding. So don't be afraid of that number. That's your number. You know, it helps you and it helps me. It just defeats the purpose of you coming to a consultation with anybody, any of your vendors, when you're planning a wedding and you don't have that number, or you're not upfront with that number. Because I don't want to, like I said, I'm a little over the top at times, even though I tone it down and I do a lot of really clean line weddings, and really, you know, that's my style. But it's like, I want to be able to give you what it is that you can afford, and I want to be able to give you what it is that you want. So I don't want you to come and say, hey, my decor budget is $3,500, but it's really in your mind, hey, well, I know I could spend $5,000, and then you're expecting me to do a decor package that looks like $5,000 worth of work. There's a lot of tricks. There's a lot of things that we can do if you just say, hey, this is my budget. I am very good at staying within budget. I am very good at also helping people stay under budget, you know, but if I know the number, I know which direction to go in. I know what to do. And like I say, it makes your life easy. It makes my life easy, and they're happy ending. So just keep that in mind. Just be honest with your number. I mean, your number is your number. It's not going to hurt my feelings. You know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, just be upfront. I am very upfront. I am very transparent. I will share as much as possible with you guys. There's nothing hidden when it comes to me. I'm just very thorough, and that's what it is, you know. It's good to also have relationship, you know, with other vendors out there, with good florists, with good catering companies, with venues, and different things. So you want to think about that as well when you're looking into hiring someone. You know, they need to be knowledgeable. Ask those questions, you know, ask those tough questions. Hey, how many weddings have you done? Who do you recommend? And just, you know what I mean? Just ask the questions. Don't be afraid. There's no dumb question. There's no uneducated question. It's a question. You're hiring me to do a service for you. I work for you. So my job is to make sure that you're happy, you're satisfied, and you're getting what you're paying for. Ultimately, that's my tagline, bringing your event to life. That's the goal at the end of the day. Okay. Another thing I just like to talk a little bit on is the word package. I know a lot of people ask, hey, well, what are your decor packages, or what is your planning package, and what is this? The planning part, yeah, that's pretty much simple. Hey, we do full planning service. We do partial planning service, which is like a 3-month or 1 month. And then we do a day of. So that's pretty simple. Those prices are pretty streamlined, and that's what it is. And that would be a package. When it comes to your decor, and this is what I'm excited about with going into the showroom, there's not necessarily a package. And I kind of want to get away from that word. If I can say that to you guys, and like I said, just be honest. I want to get away from that word, because your wedding is not a package. Your wedding is something that is special to you. I want to be able to give you something that is special to you and unique. And any little changes I can do, Gatsby, let's just say Gatsby. A lot of people love Gatsby. That's like the thing, that is like my ultimate favorite era, my time period. I love the 20s. I love all the decor to do with the 20s, but it could get repetitious. You know, I try to do something different for all of the brides that want Gatsby's. If it's color, if it's design, I try to do something different. So when you come into the showroom, my objective is going to be, hey, let's walk around. Let's look at some things. This is a glass beaded charger plate. How about this? You know, this is an acrylic clear charger plate. You know, let's put some things together. Let's play around with some of the decor. Let's just put a table linen on. Do you want a table that doesn't have table linens? Do you want fitted linens? Do you want sequin linens? I want to just play with you guys and we kind of get a better feel. I know before we usually get to that part in my process, what I was doing before you come to your consultation, that was something that we wouldn't get to until you're actually booked. But I want to do kind of a little different experience here. You know, like I said, because we're going to be offering rentals, I want to make it as seamless as possible. And I'm more on educating right now and educating our brides and educating our DIY brides, you know, and helping them to understand the things that goes into planning their wedding. So like I said, we could alleviate all the stress. So I want you guys to be able to come in and just see things and ask questions while we're talking. So it'll be actually like a live consultation and we're just doing stuff and putting stuff together and, you know, and you get a vision. And I'm not worried about you taking that somewhere else, you know, because ultimately the goal is to earn your business and to build a relationship with you and, you know, and you just be my client forever, you know, whether it be a party later, baby shower later. Oh, let me tell you guys something really funny and just something that I've noticed. And some of my brides can vouch for this. I would say about 60% of my brides that I've had within the last year or two have ended up pregnant. Yes, within the first year of marriage. So it started out as a joke and we were laughing about it at first. I would tell my husband this. He's also one of, you know, the owners of Events by Tiffany J. You guys will meet him as well. His name is Alonzo. You meet him somewhere down the line. Anyway, we would have these talks about it. I'm like, oh my God, you wouldn't believe who's pregnant. This person's pregnant. We just did her wedding, you know, like 5 months ago. Then I just noticed a trend. I'm like, oh my God, this person's pregnant. Then I walked into one, someone, oh my God, you're pregnant. So it was like in 1 year, there was like 5 of my brides that were pregnant. And so I was started saying, well, heck, that goes to show I did my job. I took credit for all of that. I'm sorry. Yes, I did. I took credit for those pregnancies. Because I'm like, that goes to show that they had a relaxed and stress-free planning, and they went on their honeymoon, they were happy, and they consummated their marriage, or they came home and did it. Hey, either way, they got pregnant. Okay, hope I don't scare anybody off that doesn't want to have any more kids, but I'm just saying. Anyway, but yeah, like I was saying, that these are some of the things that we just offer. And like I said, we're going to have a whole ton of inventory there. In the showroom that you can rent, from just furniture pieces, draping, centerpieces, florals, whole slew of things. And I'm just working on it. And like I said, June 1st, that's what I'm aiming for. And we're hoping that we be open then. And if not sooner, it will be sooner, but definitely by June 1st. I'm going to just say that. And I look forward to seeing you guys and really just coming out, and I look forward to answering all your questions and we just having a relaxed conversation and just going from there and just really trying to get through some things, you know, especially with the time we're dealing with now. Having a wedding planner is very important, especially with the things that are going on. And you can have someone that can make these calls for you and just get this information and it just work with these vendors. And because it's a lot on everybody, honestly, it's a lot right now. Most of these last couple of months, I've been basically making calls like crazy, rescheduling, you know, brides, rescheduling meetings and moving dates back. And so that's kind of been just the story of my life for the last couple of months. nothing I could do about it, nothing they could do about it. You know, it's just a tough time because a wedding's supposed to be, you know, the biggest day of your life, you know what I mean? And it's just having to rearrange and change everything is just at the last minute, it's just a lot. And especially during wedding season. I mean, March and April was just like, you know, one of our busiest times, you know, and it just was heartbreaking to have these conversations with our brides and to have to make these phone calls and tell them, you know, hey, your venue is canceling right now and we can reschedule. And, you know, especially the ones that literally sent out everything. They had a date, all the print work was done. So, you know, yes, you can reschedule, you know, and we're going to make the best of it and it do what it do. So right now, definitely is a good time to make sure that you're, whoever you choose, even if it's not us, you know, I want it to be us, but I'm just saying, whoever you choose, make sure that they're knowledgeable, make sure that they have those connections with reputable vendors, and just make sure that you just ask the right questions, you know, or just ask the question. Like I said, there's no wrong question, just ask questions. And hopefully, you know, we can all get through this, come out at the other end, you know, beautifully, and we can put together something beautiful for you. But in the meantime, this is what we have to do. We're virtual. I'm excited to be virtual. I'm a little bit relaxed now. I'm just talking all over the place a little bit, but like I said, I look forward to meeting you guys personally. I thank you guys for tuning in to my channel here, and I also just look forward to just working with you in the future on your wedding. And like I said, we'll go from there. If you have any other questions, email again, eventsbytiffanyj@hotmail.com. You can call me 904-365-1153 or 904-476-4237, or my website, eventsbytiffanyj.com, Facebook, Events by Tiffany J, and Instagram, Events by Tiffany J _. So those are just kind of some of the contact things. And, or like I said, you could just reach out to us on this site here, the virtual Expo site. You can send me a DM in Facebook or whatever. It's all good. So this, like I said, this is just some of the things that, you know, it's not much that you can actually see because the table is kind of, the camera is stagnant. We can't move it around, but we do custom draping. We have luxury centerpieces. We have the columns. We basically have everything for every style wedding. We have quality products, you know, and if you want to rent these things, there's some things like the big pieces, like some of the furniture pieces, and some of the pieces we will have to come out and set them up for you. Even if you're renting them, we will have to come out and do them for you. And this is why we're trying to get into the education portion of it, because we want you to, there's no point in renting something that you can't put together and you end up not using it. Some of the more, like this type of draping system here, this is something we'll come out and do. This is something that you have to learn how to do. I would not rent you this system because, again, you would not be able to achieve this look. Some of you might. Let's just say that. But it's difficult, you know what I mean? So there's some things that we will come out to do, and some things we will, you know, let you just walk out the showroom and do yourself. But that's where we're getting into at the education part. We want you to be able to come in and feel comfortable doing these things, and you'll be able to do this before the wedding. And whoever is going to be doing it needs to be a part of that class as well, because we know you're not going to be doing it as a bride on your wedding day. You're going to have people assigned to doing different things. But we want you, whoever's doing it, to know how to do it. Because like I said, it's pointless to rent a whole bunch of stuff because it looks good in the showroom, but then you get it to your venue, you don't even use it because you don't know how to. We will also be working with like your floor plan and helping you set up floor plans. That's something, again, educating the client. Floor plans and layouts make a big deal in your wedding reception and how it looks, you know, and just different things you need. Sometimes you tend to over purchase or just overbuy things because you thought you needed them. And really, once you start setting up the room and playing with things and setting stuff up, you don't need it. How many people you know that got married that's just sitting with a whole bunch of stuff that they never use for a wedding? you know. So again, that's one of the things that we want to do. Educate, educate, educate. And that's what I'm so passionate about with opening this showroom, because that's just really the avenue that we're trying to go on, because we do want to push the rentals. And again, like I said, we still will be setting up. Of course, we will be going out and still setting up at other venues and your venues and your home or wherever. We're going to be doing those things still. But I do want to educate our DIY people on, our DIY clients on, you know, the decor side of it. I think it'll be fun. You know, some people take pride in doing those things. That's just a part of their wedding experience. So if we can assist in that, if we have the products for you, by all means, come on, let's do it. And we'll help you. We'll set up the table so you can see how it'll look. And you could decide, hey, do I need this? No, you don't need those things. You know, let's just get this. Let's do these things and just go from there. So it'll help save you time. It'll help save you money, you know. So that's just kind of what we want to do with that. I keep looking over because I'm just looking at my notes, just kind of trying to talk a little bit and make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. Like I said, this is not, you know, interactive where if you have questions that I can answer them on the spot. But when you submit me those questions, I will talk to you. So we'll just go from there. But again, it was so nice, you know, being here and talking a little bit, getting some of this dust off of me and this rust out of me, because I'm, like I said, I was a little bit nervous about doing this. But hey, I made it through. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys in person. And like I said, contact us. We are scheduling appointments. You could come to the showroom, even though it's not done. We're actually still working in there. The construction part is done, but we're getting ready to get into setup. So if you want to come by there, by all means, the mall is open. But like I said, 2 people at a time. And please wear some kind of face protectant. We will also have on, you know, a mask while we're meeting and talking. We want to practice social distancing and remain safe. We also have the hand sanitizer station that we put up in there. So you'll be able to come in, sanitize, and hey, we're good to go. Let's just sit down and we talk. But anyway, like I said, it's nice, you know, speaking here. Nice talking to you guys. Thanks again, Melissa. And thanks all of you that joined me today. And I look forward to meeting you. Events by Tiffany J. That is me. Bye-bye.